have help for you today. If you have trouble coordinating colors in your decor, try a monochromatic scheme like black. To show us how it's done, here's designer Arren Williams. Hello, darling. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to be here as always.
Well, I love this space because to me, when you layer black, it screams drama.
Yes.
And people might think, I don't want to go there because it's just too much and it's just too hard.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. You're saying this is the easiest thing you can possibly do.
Listen, if you are colorblind, if you've got no clue whatsoever, and you want to make it work, just pick one color.
That's
Make
right.
it work with black. Black is, from a trend perspective, black is very hot right now, too. We've seen so much white for such a long time, gray even, but rich, dark decorating like this is really having a moment. And decorating all in one color is about as idiot-proof as you can get.
Okay, so we can all get this done.
We can all do this.
You have to think of a few things, though. So one thing I said to you was, does it all have to be the same shade? And
No.
you said, no, it absolutely should not be.
It absolutely should not be the same shade. So the thing is that black comes in a multitude of shades anyway, and a multitude of finishes and materials.
Yes.
And the more you mix those things up, the more you buy things from different places, the chicer that space is going to look. And that really is about layering textures as well as the different finishes that you see. So leather, very important. We have that fantastic leather chair there. Pleating, very on trend. So you're seeing texture and a great material in there too. That little table too, lacquer as well. Very, very strong from a trend perspective. So mixing those pieces together. We've got a mirrored table here, but the mirror is actually like a black mirror, which is very, very sexy.
Very sexy, like reminiscent of the 80s, but done a little bit differently now. Like there's a sophistication.
Listen, the 80s is hot.
Differently.
The 80s is totally coming back. So let's
back.
It is back in a big way.
It's back. But I just feel like it's a little more tasteful.
It is a little bit more tasteful. This is not
then.
like an Alexis Colby-Carrington kind of space.
Right.
There is it's a bit more stylish for sure.
Absolutely.
But what you're also mixing in here is not only materials and finishes, but you're mixing periods too. So you have pieces that look very modern, some pieces that look a little vintage. We've got a great mid-century sofa here from IKEA, which is such a classic, in this tufted black leather. Again, mixing that up with a few different pieces is really what makes it work.
Now, you also have a dark wall. So, I mean, some people might think, well, I've got to throw some contrast up on the wall. But no, you start with the wall and you just continue it.
You just continue it. It would work in almost any space. If you're in a condo, for example, and you've got that one long wall that runs right the way through, right to the window, think of painting that whole wall black. I personally hate feature walls.
Yes.
I think they're done like dinner, but that is a very sexy way to think of introducing a very unusual color into a space. And it's also a time of day thing, too. If you think about how you live, if you work till the late hours anyway, you're getting home, you don't necessarily need an all-white space. Black can feel very chic, very special, and from a twilight perspective, it really is very sophisticated, too.
Is it going to make your space seem bigger or smaller?
I think it makes your space seem larger because black pushes back, whereas white comes forward. Lighter colors come forward.
Got it.
So when you paint a black wall like this, it really falls away visually.
Okay.
And that really does open up a smaller space. So it totally could work in a very, very small living room, for example.
Now, you do have a few little accents here, and it's just contrast white. You can see it in the rug, and you can see it in the cushions, but it's not a ton.
No, it's not a ton.
Bit.
It's a few bits and bobs. We've layered the rugs here. We have a very kind of sexy vintage-looking rug, layered with a great cowhide in all black.
Yep.
And then there's other materials in here too, like the rattan, a classic, that whole indoor-outdoor look which we've been talking about for a while now, bringing the outdoors in.
Yeah.
And even that great shaggy stool here as well, which is a fantastic piece.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that lovely? So that's very, very luxurious too, the sheepskin stool. So it really is about that mix and finding those pieces to layer in. But yeah, you can add a little bit of color in there as well. And white is obviously the easiest way to do it too.
Absolutely. So you've got matte, you've got glossy, you've got glass, you have wood, you have the whole thing working together.
Yes.
And that's what gives the space some depth.
Yeah, some push and pull.
Some push and pull. And the glasses. I mean, that's a crucial part of it.
Absolutely.
Can I try those?
You can absolutely try them on.
Oh, let me see how these look. See, this is important for your space as well.
Of course.
I just feel smart. I like it.
I feel smart in my glasses.
Yeah, well, you always look smart in your glasses.